Hi everyone, it's Killshot99Dead, and this is The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 12, Early Confirmed Spoilers. So before we get too far into this, I do want to give a shout out. You guys know these are not our spoilers, these are the Spoiling Dead's fan page. So it's going to be a relatively quick video. We're going to scroll through these. I'll get a quick idea of where you guys think this episode rates. I think it looks really, really good. But thank you so much to Ninja Pancake, Shiny Firefly, the crew over at Spoiling Dead's fan page. And we're going to jump into this 10-15 minutes. We're just going to go through them. We will do some extended spoiler chats, either maybe later on tonight. We'll see. If not, we'll definitely do something tomorrow for you guys. So here we go. On their Q&A on their site, the question is, how does the episode begin? I am going to say that there is some stuff in this episode that leaves some big, big questions for me and some big plot holes. And this is what I was looking to piece together, and I got most of the information that I needed. So how's it begin? It begins with Alpha drilling Lydia about what happened at the hilltop and what she learned. Lydia lies. So Lydia's lying to Alpha. You can see now that her true self, she did not want to go back. She also says Hilltop doesn't have many guns and that there's no trade. Lydia does not say anything about the kingdom or Henry. Alpha's seeing right through what Lydia is doing. So what happens when Henry, what happens with Henry when he gets caught? Henry's taken back to their camp. He's tied up. Lydia slugs Henry, which we saw in the sneak peek, to try to conceal her association with him. Alpha doesn't believe it, and she tells Lydia to kill Henry. That's right. Alpha instructs Lydia to murder Henry. But they get interrupted by a herd. More on that in a minute. All right. Let's go back to Alexandria. What does Michonne decide to do knowing the danger they're facing? So here we go. Michonne kind of goes back to that old, seclusion, doesn't want to help anybody, so she wants to isolate Alexandria. We're going to protect our own. However, at the end of the episode, she decides to let the people vote on the issue and promises she will not veto anything. So you see a group of people leaving with supplies for the fair. So it looks like Alexandria voted in favor of the fair. Yeah, all right, we're getting a democracy there. All right, we might actually have to have Steph the Cuervo Queen step out of the room for a minute, because she's going to gloat when you hear this. I know it already. But keep in mind, it's just a teaser. It's not going to happen this way. What do Negan and Michonne talk about? Negan tells Michonne how he could help her lead Alexandria. He mentions he knows her leadership is slipping away, and that's when Michonne learns about the window, and he's been eavesdropping. And because of this, Michonne orders that his window be closed up. So not only is he back in jail, but now he can't even listen out his window anymore. This is solitary. But he does want to help Michonne lead. Now, question for the group. Does he have other motives, or is he sincere and he really wants to help out? Leave your thoughts and comments. All right, while you guys are responding to that, let's go to the next spoiler. Does Father G find out about Rosita's pregnancy? What's his reaction? Yes. And apparently somebody already told him about it, started the episode, and he wants to break things off with Rosita. So she got pregnant before he met her, but he wants to break it off. But Eugene convinces Father G to stick with the relationship. Now, that Eugene just turned a corner with me. He wants to be with Rosita. He's going to support her. But he knows that she needs his support. And he talks him into keeping the relationship together. All right. Let the conspiracy theories and speculation run wild with this next one. Are Judith and RJ in this episode? Yes. But we only see RJ asleep in bed. Michonne also confronts Judith about talking to Negan and tells her not to do it. So if we just see RJ asleep in bed, even though we know RJ is real, here it comes all over again. If we don't see if we don't see like 10 people holding RJ and passing him around, the rumors are going to start all over again. But RJ is real. So, this is interesting, though, because Michonne had found out about that window, and now it's blocked up. Now Judith is not allowed to talk to Negan. What do you guys think about that? That bothers me. But later on, you know that relationship, that bond has too much momentum for Michonne to stop it. And you know how it is. The more you keep somebody from doing something, the more they're going to want to do it. And is there any conflict among the Whispers? Here it is. This is what we've been waiting on. Yes, one of the Whispers and his girlfriend tried to challenge Alpha. We were on top of this one. So listen to this. Remember in last week's stream we said Alpha was a hypocrite? That's exactly what happens. So the man tells Alpha she broke her own rules just for her daughter, which put the whole group in danger. So exactly what we said, that Alpha is the problem here. That does not go over very well. And we will get our introduction to Beta. So apparently Beta ends up beheading the woman with a wire while Alpha stabs the man to death. And they did edit it and said Beta places the wire around her neck. There could be some uncertainty. It might be Alpha that does the beheading. So they don't know if it's Beta with the wire that cuts her head off or if he's holding her in place with the wire and Alpha does it. But Alpha also stabs the man to death. The question came up, does anyone die? Well, obviously those two do. And apparently a whole lot of Whispers die. That is very interesting. I'll get to that in 1 second because we got Scott Kernan. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, my man. Super chatting. Remember we thought Rick and Madison would meet as Rick versus Alpha and the Whispers. Weird how things change. Scott, I will tell you 100%, I never, ever, ever thought that Madison would be Alpha. That I can promise you. Now, I can tell you there are people who did, but that was not something I was on board. I was not on board with Nick or Alpha or any of those crossing over to be, but I do know it was out there. Drama King. Beta enters with a kill just as Drama predicted. Absolutely, Drama. Now, we also know there's a few other details that aren't listed in the spoilers, like the Henry-Beta standoff. So Beta technically captures Henry first. So you're kind of right. But yes, as far as the scene goes, then we'll say you're right. We'll give you credit for that. So as I mentioned in the last little part here, does anyone die? The Whispers die. But apparently at the end, their camp is overrun by walkers, and a lot of Whispers die. More on that coming up right now. So how does that happen, you ask? Well, somebody asked this in last night's stream too. I don't remember who it was. Drama, it might have been you. Who said, what do they do with the bodies? Scott Kernan super chat. Scott, you know what? Who I think it was? I think it was comicbook.com who actually had that story out there. So Scott says also third Walking Dead show confirmed. So, yes. And we're probably going to talk about that tomorrow. And I am really, really excited about that. So, Scott, more on that, but you know what that means? That means even if the core franchise of Walking Dead does phase out, that means you guys are stuck with me for years and years and years to come because we got a whole lot of Walking Dead content to talk about. So if you like that idea, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like that idea of us doing streams for a lot of years, you know what? Give it a thumbs down. If you guys don't like what we do, then dislike the video, but I got a feeling there's going to be a whole lot more people liking the video than disliking it because we got an awesome group here. All right, so back to Drama King. You did ask what happens to the bodies. Oh, we get an answer to that. The bodies of the two Whispers that were executed are taken out to a clearing and are fed to a small herd. That's what they do with the bodies. We learn at the very end, this is good. This is really good. I can't believe some asshat just disliked this video. You know what? I'm going to leave it alone. He's like, the dude's probably like, I'm just here for the spoilers, but I'm going to thumbs down once we get through with the spoilers. Don't worry, you will not be the only one. I can guarantee you there'll be at least 15 or 20 other people that will dislike the video. We learned at the very end, Daryl and Connie followed them and led the herd right to the Whisperer camp. Daryl wears a Whisperer mask while he's leading the herd to the camp, and we don't know if Connie actually had one. Lots of Whisperers are killed. So, clever Daryl put on a Whisperer mask, led the herd there, which had a chain reaction effect because Lydia was being ordered to kill Henry. The herd shows up, and some of the Whisperers start getting eaten, and this is a big, big plot hole. Such a big plot hole, Ninja Pancake even posted a follow-up post, which is exactly the same question that I have. Lots of Whisperers are killed, and Daryl and Connie rescue Henry. Lydia also leaves with them after Henry refuses to leave without her. So in the comic book, Carl doesn't want to leave without Lydia. So Henry's going to stay, if not. So Daryl, Connie, Lydia, and Henry are all rescued. Now here's the problem. Do you guys see a big problem with that? Two big problems. One, where are they going to go? And why does this not interrupt the Red Fair? That's one question. But here's a bigger question. And Spoiling Dead reported this because this was a filming source earlier where they said Henry is kept prisoner at the Whisperer camp and Daryl would be captured as well. So the question that came up is, does Henry get recaptured in episode 913? And I am going to read Ninja Pancake's response to that, which is almost identically what I would say. That does make the most sense. The filming sources have been pretty accurate with the Whisperer story, and they thought Henry was still at the Whisperers later in episodes, so she's going to assume that Henry gets recaptured. What the hell? This dude has freed Gregory. He's got himself in trouble. He gets captured, and for the love of God, if this guy gets captured again, then he needs to die. I mean, it's just beyond silliness at this point. So, now, unless that part of the filming sources is wrong, it could be a deviation from it. Something different could happen. I don't know. Is Henry going to get back and watch the movie and then be captured from the fair? I guess that's a possibility. So I don't know. But based on what has been predicted, and this is why I said the series plot hole, is now you'd have Henry being rescued, getting captured again, then getting free again, and meeting up with Alpha on the road. Now, what it also could mean is that Henry's not captured 3 times, and when Henry meets up with Alpha on the road and she has the bloody machete, instead of him getting away or being killed, then she takes him hostage in 9:15. Now that would make the most sense, right? Is that Alpha's part of the Red Fair. She kills a lot of people, Ezekiel being one of them. And then she has the bloody machete. She meets Henry on the road, and then she takes him hostage. Now, maybe whatever happens at the fair, Henry's one of the ones that wants to confront her. That's a possibility. And if that's the case, I wouldn't be totally against Henry getting captured one last time if he's trying to look, he's going to be outside of his element, that's for sure. But if he's so full of rage and Ezekiel just died and Henry tracks Alpha down, meets her on the road and loses to her and she takes him captive, I'm not going to hold that against him, okay? But anything other than that, I'm going to have a real problem with it. That's the way I see it going down. And that when they said that he would be taken back to the Whisperer camp, I'm assuming that's going to be Henry Daryl, Carol, and Michonne all at the same time. That would be the way I would see it play out. So let's not rush to judgment on Henry just yet. I know we don't like him. He's very protective of Lydia. Daryl's going to save him. Give him an episode or two, and let's just see. So by captured, might not always be his fault. I mean, think about it. What would you do? All right, everybody. We are about 15 minutes in. As I said, this is going to be a little bit quicker stream because I know a lot of people are going to watch the playback. Get your thoughts and comments on this. This will probably 15,000, 20,000 playbacks on this. So, these shorter videos definitely get a lot of shares and people chime in. We will very possibly, I might do an extended spoiler later on tonight for those of those people in other countries or night owls. I'm not 100%. If we don't, I'll definitely do one tomorrow. So if all the stars line up, we could do a midnight stream or a 12:30 stream tonight. That would be an extended spoiler. A lot of you guys won't be up. I know people have things to do. Some people, they got work and some other stuff tomorrow. But if you're around and you're online and it pops up, we might do an extended version of a spoiler. If not, then I will see everybody tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We are going to be streaming one stream tomorrow, not two. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Do me one last favor, as we said before. If you guys are enjoying the spoilers, the predictions, the comments, I really love the way that Spoiling Dead's fan page is releasing these spoilers around 9 o'clock on Thursday. I wanted to just send a special shout out to them and thank them because we do predictions all week long, and we love to get the spoilers, and we definitely want to give credit to them to use it just as a matchup to see the things that we were right about and the things that we were wrong about. So definitely not trying to steal their thunder, steal their credit, and we appreciate everything that they do. And I appreciate everything that you guys do, and we will have a couple more streams over the next couple of days. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you all either late tonight or tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Have a good evening. Peace.